Alrighty, hello everybody. We're gonna, of course, just give it a few minutes, give people a chance to check in. So hopefully everybody's having a good day today here, here in Southern California. We're like got some rain going on today, tonight. Had some this morning as well. Hopefully everything's looking better for you in other parts of the country. Anyways, um, as I said, we're just waiting around for. Hope everybody had a nice Valentine's Day slash Lincoln's birthday observed yesterday. We'll get to these things soon enough. Walking in a crowd in a faceless town, need to feel the touch of a friend. In the countryside, we wander far and wide. Isolation gets me again. I don't know where to go when I feel like crying. Oh my. And open myself. Do something new. I want to stop and grow up a bit. Then suddenly my intuition and my wisdom grow. And then I know that most of all, feel compassionately. Strangers wherever they go. Thank you for waking me up. Let's see now. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever see. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever be. Let's see now. Let's see. Yeah, so it does seem like right now things are a little slow overall in the news cycle too. I know there's probably some big talk. I know Vera Dark was talking about. I guess she's having a live stream right now. She's doing some gaming stuff. I guess Sam social justice activist Sam Maggs quit KOTOR remake. Um, hmm. Hmm. Break the chains. I don't want you are there. I know you can go there, bye bye. I don't know the take, but I love me out. Everyone has always gone away and left us. All that she take. Anyways. Get along, gang, get along, gang. Each one's a special in their own way. Giving it up Get along, gang, get along, gang. Get up with the get along, gang. Everyone there okay. Get up with the get along, gang. Oh, get up. Let's see. When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who oppose his shield must yield. In the red and the white and the blue it comes true when Captain America throws his mighty shield. Tony Stark makes you feel he's a cool exec with the hottest wheels. As Iron Man, all jets of flame, he fights and fights with repulsor rays. Amazing power, it's Iron Man. Amazing power, it's Iron Man. Doc Bruce Banner, belted by gamma rays, turned into the Hulk. Ain't he just gallantly wrecking the town with the powerful? You know, ain't so monster who isn't lovable, the ever loving Hulk. Hulk, Hulk. Cross the rainbow bridge of Asgard, where the blue means heaven's roar. You'll behold in incredulous wonder the god of thunder, mighty Thor. Stronger than a whale, he can swim anywhere, he can breathe under. Oh, we got two people here. Hello. Um, Sorry about that. But we got two people here now. Hello, how you doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing well. And if you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream. See if we can get some more friendly people in here. We'll probably be talking about what's on tap in a moment here. Um. Anyways, let's see. So we're coming up on 8 minutes here. So and then they left me again. We'll probably be getting started here pretty quick. All right, so we're at the 8 minute mark, so I guess it would be a good time to go ahead and talk about what's on tap for tonight, which we have 10 stories we're going to be going through. 4 comic related stories, 4 anime related stories, and a couple of wrestling stories. The first 2 stories we're going to be covering are from Bounding into Comics. Next 6 after that will be on CBR, and then a couple of them that aren't really. Well, I saw more on videos earlier today, but the last 2 wrestling stories saw a couple of videos. I'll be right back. Going to go off camera here for a quick moment. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So here's what's on tap then for tonight. So as I said, we got 10 stories. So including a couple of Marvel stories. Start off with a new Thunderbolts team featuring America Chavez, um, artist Declan Shalvey, claiming Marvel is planning on not paying him um, for Mr. Knight's appearance in the Disney Plus upcoming animated series, Moon Knight series. Also, some new stuff coming out from Aftershock and Image Comics, respectively. That's on the comic side of it. from the anime side of it, we have somebody claiming Blade Runner is the best CG computer CG anime of 2021. David Wald takes home a Crunchyroll award. The Texas-based voice actor. Um, Let me see. Gonna find out what made Fruits Basket such a landmark shoujo anime. A couple passings we'll be talking about tonight. One in the anime, Manabu Mosharu from Robot Carnival. He passed away, and also Mickey J, former WCW WWE wrestler or referee rather, passed away. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Cody Rhodes leaving AEW. So that's all that's on tap for tonight. So why don't we go ahead now that I've mentioned all that, and let's get to the news articles here. And of course, feel free if you have anything you'd like to add to the conversation, you want to say about anything we cover here during our coverage here. Feel free to make your comments known in the chat, and if I can answer any questions, I will do my best to do so. So, anyways, let's get to the first article we're going to look at here. These are the first two right here. Marvel announces new Thunderbolts team featuring America Chavez. Article by Spencer McCulley published earlier today. So, do you like America Chavez yet? Well, ostensibly in service of her upcoming appearance in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Marvel is going to try their hardest to beg you to starting by adding her to the next incarnation of the Thunderbolts. Oh boy. Thunderbolts Volume 4, Number 1, 2022. Cover art by David Nakayama. Written by Jim Zub. Thunderbolts Volume 3, Champions Volume 2, with art by Sean Izaakse. Fantastic Four Life Story, Champions Volume 2. This latest Thunderbolt series will spin out of the currently ongoing Devil's Reign event, with the eponymous coming together in the wake of Wilson Fisk's latest apparent fall from power, and seemingly unrelated to his current team of villainous agents. I I remember Wilson Fisk. I remember he was voiced in the '90s Spider-Man cartoon by Roscoe Lee Brown. That was an interesting choice. Devil's Reign, Volume 1, Number 1, 2021. Marvel Comics, words by Chip Zdarsky, and art by Marco Cicchetto and Marcio Meniz. Let's see if anybody's saying anything yet. No, I guess not. But at least we got somebody in there. Hopefully, we can get some more people in here soon. Instead, the new Thunderbolts team will rely on two of Marvel's fan favorite team leaders, former Avengers team leader Monica Rambeau and former Thunderbolts leader Clinton Barton, to bring attention to a supporting cast comprised of Chavez, the new Power Man, Purple Man's daughter Persuasion, and original character Guts and Glory. Okay, Guts and Glory. Nice play on words there. Guts and Glory. Okay. Quote, an experienced cyber soldier seeking new glory. All right. Thunderbolt redeeming justice like lightning. And I guess they are there's the artwork on the people right there. May 2022, source Marvel.com. Quote, superpowered crooks have taken hostages in Staten Island. A dimensional rift tears open in Chinatown. Monsters running amok at the Met. Call in Thunder! Unquote, teased Marvel in their official announcement of the new team and series. Quote, in the aftermath of Devil's Reign, the Big Apple has big problems, and it's up to a new group of Thunderbolts to turn things around. But when Clint Barton gets tasked with heading up this team and proving they can go toe to toe with anything the Marvel Universe can throw at them, the first opponent he's going to have to face is himself, unquote, they added. Wonder what that means. And there he is right there. Down with Fisk! There's Hawkeye. Hawkeye, want you for the real Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts Volume 4, number 1, variant cover by Paulo Sikora. Discussing the upcoming 5-issue miniseries of Marvel, Zub asserted, quote, writing Thunderbolts was my first in-universe work for Marvel and Sean Izaakski's first Marvel project as well. So getting to launch a new version of the team here with him on the team's 25th anniversary is an absolute honor, unquote. So 25th anniversary, so I guess that means 1997, I guess, when they came about. Quote, I am so pumped to put Clint Barton, Monica Rambeau, America Chavez, and a host of others through trials and tribulations aplenty as New York's only official superhero team, unquote. He said, oh, boy, so what? Does this guy have some kind of sadistic fetish with comic book characters or something like that? He gets the joy out of putting them through trials and tribulations, huh? Oh, boy. Kind of reminds me of James Moulton Marston's, doesn't it? Let's see. Quote, a lot of the ideas being unleashed in this series are things I've been wanting to do for years. Big action and big fun drama, comedy, and of course, a few twists baffling the team that always keeps readers on their toes, unquote. Quote, Sean's artwork has never looked better, and he's bringing his incredible skills to bear on stunning comic pages and eye-catching designs for new characters we're adding to the mighty Marvel universe, unquote. He concluded, quote, our creative team is firing on all cylinders, so get ready for, in smaller quotes, justice like lightning to strike every single issue. Thunderbolts. Let's see, Thunderbolts, Volume 4, Number 1, Marvel Comic cover art by Sean Izaakski. What do you make of Marvel's latest Thunderbolts team? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. Well, let me ask the chat. You guys have anything you want to say about this new Thunderbolts team they're introducing? Um about America Chavez or anything like that? Or Monica Rambeau or Clint Barton, aka Hawkeye? Give you a chance to chime in if you'd like. And they gone away again. But am I the only one here now? I guess I am. Well, we'll move on to the next one. Oh, there we go. Got a person back now. All right, so we're about to head into the next article here. The next article from Marvel. Marvel artist Declan Shalvey reveals he will not be paid for appearance of his Mr. Knight design in Disney Plus Moon Knight series. Article by Spencer Baculi published earlier today. All right, so let's see now. Okay. According to Marvel artist Declan Shalvey, despite his creation of the popular outfit and persona, he will not receive any residuals when Moon Knight's Mr. Knight identity makes its live action debut in the upcoming Disney Plus Moon Knight series. Now, doesn't this just make Marvel a bunch of jerks, to say the least? I would use stronger language, but you know, we do try to keep it clean here. This is just messy, you know. So let's see what this all entails. Created by Shalvey and writer Warren Ellis for their 2014 run on Moon Knight Volume 7, arguably one of the very few good things to come out of the all new Marvel Now publishing push, Mark Spector's Mr. Knight personality was born in his mind as a way for the troubled vigilante to conduct himself as a professional, if not unorthodox, private detective. While in this identity, rather than his usual white hooded suit and crescent shaped cape, Spector dresses in a head to toe white suit, replete with white gloves and a simple white mask. A style choice that serves to further reinforce his self positioning as a gentleman investigator. I almost get the impression this might be more akin to the Gentleman Ghost from DC Hawkman series. Source Moon Knight, Volume 7, Number 5, Scarlet, 2014. Words by Warren Ellis, art by Declan Shalvey. See if we got any commentary here yet. No, I guess not. Person's still hopefully enjoying the content now. Shalvey revealed his upcoming lack of royalties on February 12th, which was probably this past Saturday, when Empire magazine released an exclusive image of Moon Knight star Oscar Isaac dressed as Mr. Knight's iconic fashion. In Mr. Knight's iconic fashion. Quote unquote, he's brutal, Feige told Empire during an exclusive interview set to be published in the outlet's April 2022 issue. Quote, it's been fun to work with Disney Plus and see the boundaries shifting on what we're able to do. There are moments in the series, in brackets, when Moon Knight is wailing on another character, and it is loud and brutal. And the knee-jerk reaction is, quote, we're going to pull back on this, right? No, we're not pulling back. There's a total shift. This is a different thing. This is Moon Knight. Unquote. I guess there's the image right there in the Empire magazine. Following the image's release, Shalvey shared it to his own personal Twitter, exclaiming in excitement, quote, "Hello, Mr. Knight. Seriously, this is nuts. This is nuts," unquote. Quote, "I drew something out of my brain, and now it's a real thing in a TV show," unquote. He added, quote, "Such a surreal feeling. I can't quite describe it," unquote. However, as fans began to congratulate him on both Mr. Knight's live action realization and what they assumed would be a subsequent series of royalty payments from Disney and Marvel, Shalvey revealed that neither entity had any plans to give him anything but, at best, an art credit. Oh, that's just, oh man, talking about a slap in the face. That's just downright disrespectful. Again, if you have any comments, I welcome them. If you want to chime in on what we're talking about here. Anyways, let's see now. Quote, "Hope there's some hashtag art cred in the credits and a payout for you," unquote, wrote Rockin' D. Robbins. Dave Robin. Rockin' Robin. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin. Tweet, tweetly. Go Rockin' Robin, cause we're really gonna rock tonight. In reply, Shalvey lamented, quote, "Expect the former, but not the latter," unquote. So he's gonna get an art credit, but not payment. That's still kind of crappy. Excuse my French there. When met with Ashu Comics' supportive assertion, quote, "They better pay you for this," unquote, Shalvey declared, in quote unquote, "That'd be nice." Met with confusion by some fans who noted that the first appearance of Moon Knight in a white suit with a simplified mask was in the Ellis written Michael Lark illustrated Secret Avengers, Volume 1, Number 19. Shalvey eventually clarified to one fan, quote, "Michael drew Moon Knight in a suit for Secret Avengers. Yes. But Mr. Knight, um, in smaller quote, was made for our book, and I refined the look for that specific character," unquote. As of writing, it is publicly unknown what royalties, if any, Ellis will receive in regards to the live action appearance of Mr. Knight. So there's a possibility that Ellis, who's the writer on it, also won't get any royalties. Kind of messy. For Secret Avengers, Volume 1, Number 19, Aniana, from 2011 Marvel comic, word by Warren Ellis, art by Michael Lark, Stefano Guardiano, Brian Thies, and Jose Villa Rubia. What do you make of Shelby's revelation? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. Well, I would think that there'd be a lot of backlash of people going towards Marvel. I'd see them trying to petition Marvel to pay the guy, but not that it might end up working out that way. But anyways, turn the radio up for that sweet sound. Let me know when the lights down low. All right, so there we go with that one. So let's get ready and move on to the next story then. We'll head over to CBR for some stuff here. Got a couple of comic stories we're going to cover here. We have an exclusive preview we're going to be looking at here. Anyways. All right. Alrighty then, so we'll get into this now. Horror-fueled Bunny Mash returns to wreak havoc in Volume 2. Here's a preview. Active Aftershock Comics provides CBR with an exclusive look at Bunny Mask, The Hollow Inside #1 by Paul Tobin and Andrea Mutt. Article by Liam Nolan, published 13 hours ago. Here we go. Aftershock Comics has provided CBR with an exclusive look at Bunny Mask, The Hollow Inside, #1 by Paul Tobin, Andrea Mutt, and Taylor Esposito. The second volume of Bunny Mask, which is slated for release on May 11th, sees a titular character free and dishing out justice in her own way. In the preview, which you can see below, Bunny Mask pesters and maims her targets, while the preview is unlettered. In advance of the return of Bunny Mask, which was Aftershock Comics' second biggest selling title, Tobin explained the plot of the series for those who hadn't read it. Quote, Bunny Mask is the story of how Tyler Severin, a doctor, accidentally unleashes Bunny Mask, herself, an eerie supernatural woman with uncanny powers, into the world, unquote. He said, quote, with his more than reluctant aid, she seeks out, um, in smaller quotes, sickness, as defined in her own unfathomable mind, and deals with it in her own creepy and often fatal manner. Yes, we've talked about this story before. I remember a while back. Character. It's basically as if you became friends with the girl from the ring, unquote. Yeah. Already urgent. Already urgent. Ah, there we go. Hello. Let's see. We got another person here. Thank you for the like and the share. We are, of course, got kind of going through this right now. So, um, let me continue here. He continued, quote, in the first volume, Tyler attempts to deal with Bunny Mask. Meanwhile, getting to know, in parentheses, and fall for a woman named B. Foster, who is supposed to be dead, and who has some strange connection to Bunny Mask herself. The second volume continues to focus on the theme of identity, now with with a new character called the Hollow, a bizarre creature who devours the very existence of his victims. Almost sounds like something they picked up from Bleach or something like that. The anime Bleach, anime manga Bleach, leaving no memory or mark of the person behind, wiping away any memories or physical evidence the person ever existed at all. This is something Bunny Mask definitely defines as sickness, unquote. Tobin went on to explain that he's hoping this new volume will give readers, quote, a sense of dread, unquote, combined with, quote, a feeling that they'd like to meet Bunny Mask and the knowledge that they'd regret it if they did. Unquote. Boy, 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 boy. All right. So, anyways, we continue on here. Bunny Mask, The Hollow, inside number one, $4.99, 32 pages. Color comes out May 11th. Writer Paul Tobin, artist and colorist Andrea Mutt, letterer Taylor Esposito. Cover Andrea Mutt, Mutt or Muty with Colleen Coover. Mass variant Andrea Mutt or Muty with Colleen Coover. Incentive cover Raphael Albuquerque. The hit horror series returns. Her footfalls don't exist. She leaves no marks. Her eyes are a white abyss. Her name is Bunny Mask, and she's free from her cave and moving through the city, searching for sickness and enacting her own unfathomable sense of justice. Can Tyler Severin control her? Does he want to? The answers are still hidden. But what's clear is that Bunny Mask is back to grab you by your eye teeth and never let go. Ooh. Writer Paul Tobin, My Date with Monsters, Colder, and artist Andrea Muti. I don't know, it's Mutt or Muti or what? Maniac of New York, Hellblazer, have unleashed an eons old legend upon an unsuspecting world. One that'll make your most horrific nightmare feel like a walk in the park. Each issue of Bunny Mask features 24 pages of story and art with a cardstock cover. Here it is, folks. Bunny Mask, A Hollow Inside, Aftershock number one. Ooh. Got a blemish or blood on her cheek there. Paul Tobin and Andrea Muti. Okay. It's supposed to be Muti, but some. And another cover. Oh, look at those hands. Those are probably not human. Whoa! Oh! Oh! Ouch! That's gotta hurt. Yeesh! Let's see now. Anybody comment on anything yet? No, I guess not. Feel free to comment if you guys want to comment on anything. Oh, there's Bunny Mask again. With such a cute name and having her, I mean, this is quite an interesting dichotomy here. Such a cute name, you would think that this would be a very sweet lady to get to know, but almost like a very dark, disturbed girl instead. but what's this now? Yikes, okay. All right, so there we go for that one. Get ready to move on to the next one. See if you guys have anything to say here. No, I guess not. As of yet. Exclusive Top Cow's Metal Society pits robots versus humans in Blade Runner meets Rocky action. Now, Top Cow is an imprint of Image Comics, so that's why I noted it as Image Comics. Top Cow is, I think, one of their imprints. Um, so just so you know. Zach Kaplan returns to Image Comics and Top Cow for the new series Metal Society, with one woman entering the ring against robots. Article by Sam Stone, published 10 hours ago. All right. Fan favorite comic book creator Zach Kaplan is coming back to Image Comics and Top Cow Productions with the upcoming science fiction series Metal Society. Joined by artists Guilherme Balbi and Marco Lesko, and letterer Troy Peteri, the new series features a futuristic world where robots have already conquered the Earth, with humanity reborn to perform manual labor for the machines across the planet. The 5-issue miniseries follows a young woman growing increasingly frustrated by her robotic overseers before deciding to fight them in the ring for public hand to hand combat matches to determine if human or machine reigns supreme. Covers to Metal Society number one are illustrated by Balbi and Christina Kalida. Sounds a little bit like Megalobox, or whatever they call that thing. It's an anime, manga and anime, just in case you guys don't know. Here's the cover right here. Yes, the machine is on the left and the girl is on the right. Oh, look at that. Quote, I think that humanity's greater challenges often brings us together while simultaneously showing our divisions and cracks. So whether it's deadly sunlight, alien businessmen, or in this case, humans being brought back to life in a robot society, these high concept hooks actually give a platform for exploring how our society works, unquote. Kaplan explained. Quote, I believe that Matt Hawkins, Mark Silvestri, and Top Cow share this interest in stories that examine our place in the world. Perhaps when we're on top, we lose sight of what matters. But you guys, I don't even think Image is on top though. They're like number 3, aren't they? Now maybe they're like in the second tier after like DC and Marvel and all that, but let's see. But when we're knocked down, when we're struggling together or going through an underdog moment, um, let's see. That's usually when humanity shows their true colors or stands the best chance, at least. That's my 2 cents, unquote. I'm getting ready. All right. Hmm. All right. Let's see now. All right. I'll be back in just a quick sec. I'll be right back. Continue this when I get back. All right. I'm back. So let's see here. You just check something real quick and then we'll get back to the article. All right. All right. Continuing on with the article here. Quote, creating a new world is always a big challenge, even getting bigger because everything with, in small quote, robots is even more difficult. But that's exactly what makes this world so special. There are many details, wires, and many, many gears, unquote. Balby added, quote, I try to get a lot of inspiration from movies and references and mix with the things I like. Understanding Zach's vision for this project was very important to take another step in my growth as an artist, but in this work, I took a flight, unquote. Kaplan's debut comic book project was Eclipse, co-created with Giovanni Timpano and published by Top Cow, taking place in a future where the sun's rays instantly burn anyone caught in its direct light of death. Kaplan's next Top Cow project was Port of Earth, co-created by Andrea Muti, and seeing Earth become a pit stop for extraterrestrial transit through the cosmos. Both comic book properties were optioned for television adaptations by Skybound Entertainment, with Eclipse optioned in 2018 and Port of Earth optioned in 2019. Written by Zach Kaplan and illustrated by Guilherme Balbi and Marco Lesko, with letters by Troy Peteri. Metal Society #1 goes on sale May 5th from Image Comics and Top Cow Productions. Right, so there's our last comic story we're going to be looking at. Let's see. And if you guys, again, if you have anything you want to add to the conversation, go ahead and do so in the chat. At the 53-minute mark, so we're doing good on time here, it looks like. But now we're going to get into some anime-related stories here. Do 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 do. All right, so here's the next article we're gonna get into here. We got somebody back there. Good. All right, Blade Runner Black Lotus is the best CG anime of 2021. Blade Runner Black Lotus recently concluded its run and proved to be the best CG computer graphic anime of 2021, plus a worthy addition to the Blade Runner franchise. Article by Diane Darcy, published a day ago. Warning: the following contains spoilers for Black, airing on Adult Swim, now streaming on Crunchyroll. Well, since it just concluded, I'm gonna continue to read because it just concluded on Adult Swim. It's like about a week or so ago, so I don't think it's that much of a spoiler. Ridley Scott's 1982 Blade Runner film, starring Harrison Ford, is an iconic cinematic adaptation of Philip K. Dick's 1968 novel, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? The original Blade Runner not only popularized the cyberpunk genre, but was also the first to blend the neo-noir and sci-fi genres in its storytelling, which later served as a major inspiration for the 1998 anime series Cowboy Bebop. In 2017, Warner Brothers began expanding the Blade Runner universe with a sequel film, Blade Runner 2040, starring Ryan Gosling, and two companion short films, Blade Runner Blackout 2022 and 2036 Nexus Dawn. Blade Runner 2040 or 2049 reintroduced the characters of Rick Deckard Ford and Rachel Sean Young to a new generation of fans and introduced new characters Kay Gosling and Neander Wallace Jr., Jared Leto. In 2021, Warner Brothers TV created a prequel CG anime Blade Runner Black Lotus ahead of the live action sequel series Blade Runner 2099. While Black Lotus is a welcome addition to the Blade Runner universe, it can also be enjoyed as a standalone anime series. Through smart storytelling, thoughtful character development, well choreographed action sequences, and more, Black Lotus is easily the best CG anime of the fall 2021 season. Now we got 3. Hello. Welcome to the stream. If you can like and share the stream, let's see if we can get some more friendly people in here. That'd be appreciated. I hope you're enjoying the content thus far. Black Lotus follows the visual standards of the Blade Runner franchise. One thing that easily stands out about Black Lotus is that the graphics conform to the visual standards of the Blade Runner films. The series is still set in a dystopian future version of Los Angeles, complete with the same futuristic architecture and spinners, flying cars featured in the Black Runner films. The series also follows the visual standards of the neo-noir genre, comprised of extreme shadow and light contrast. This helps convey the dark world of Blade Runner, which I would have to agree with that, because even though I didn't watch the series, sometimes when I would turn the channel on and as I was waiting to watch something, that was following it, it did look kind of dark and gritty. Even the characters are designed to look like they're part of the Blade Runner universe, with the men often looking worn down and the women looking like femme fatales, especially the female replicants. Even with the characters conforming to the visual standards of the franchise, each character is still given a distinct physical appearance that easily distinguishes them from other characters. The Blade Runner, known as Marlowe, for example, is designed to look like a hard-boiled detective type, with former Blade Runner Joseph looks like a scruffy guy who works in a junkyard. Similarly, the replicant known as L, aka Black Lotus, has more human features, whereas another replicant called Water Lily, looks more machine than human. And just a new way to be human. New way to be human. Any comments? No. Right. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content thus far. Black Lotus's story connects to the larger Blade Runner narrative. Black Lotus is more than an anime series set in the Blade Runner universe. It's a series that bridges the gap between the original Blade Runner film and its sequel, Blade Runner 2049. It builds on the events established in both Blackout 2022 and Nexus Dawn, both of which set the premise of Blade Runner 2049. The story is largely told from the point of view of L, one of the first replicants, that Blade Runner 2049's villain, Neander Wallace Jr., designed. Not only does L continue to challenge human conceptions of humanity, machinery, the way Blade Runner's Roy Batty, Rutger Hauer, did, but she even challenges the thesis of the original film. In addition to L, building on the concept of replicants, Black Lotus is an origin story for Neander Wallace Jr. The series specifically details his rise to power, who he had to kill to become the CEO of the Wallace Corporation, even how he became blind. The series also builds on some of the character's traits, such as his extreme narcissism. Blade Runner 2049, Wallace Jr. is obsessed with creating a completely flawless, obedient race of humans that can outlast natural humans and withstand the harsh environments of space. Blade Runner builds on this obsession and fleshes it out. Let's see now. Black Lotus has well choreographed action sequences. Another detail that stands out about Black Lotus is the action sequences. Whereas both anime and live action use a lot of camera tricks to convey a sense of fast motion, the camera tends to remain steady during fight scenes in Black Lotus. Instead, real stunt people are recorded using motion capture, and their movements are applied to the characters in post production. As such, the characters' movements always look fluid and natural, um, as opposed to choppy and shaky. Viewers also get a clear view of what's happening on the screen, even get clearer views of the characters' facial expressions. Black Lotus has emotionally engaging characters. Look at that look right there. In addition to good character designs, the characters are well written to the point where the viewer cares about each of them, including the villains. This is especially true of Elle, a replicant who at first believes herself to be human and doesn't understand why people want to kill her. As far as she's concerned, she's committed no crime, and her very existence subjected her to be exterminated in an illegal doll hunt sponsored by the Wallace Corporation. Elle wrestling with her humanity and her replicant status is an easily relatable internal conflict. Even supporting characters like Alani Davis, an honest LAPD officer who's committed to seeking justice, is equally relatable as a black woman who experiences workplace discrimination and abuse from a white superior. Black Lotus has an excellent voice cast. Of course, none of the Black Lotus characters would resonate without the English and Japanese voice talents who bring them to life. Voice artists Arisa Shida and Jessica Henwick of Iron Fist fame deliver outstanding performances as Elle by emphasizing her more human qualities. Joseph is depicted as aloof and but sympathetic by both Shinshu Fuji and Will Yun Lee. Takako Honda and Samira Wiley successfully capture Alani Davis' commitment to justice, her sympathy toward others, and her frustrations as a black officer. Even Takahito Koyasu and Wes Bentley of American Beauty fame convincingly portray Neander Wallace Jr. with the same cold narcissism as Jared Leto, who portrays the character in live action. Black Lotus has an excellent soundtrack. Final detail that cements Black Lotus as a chapter in the larger Black Blade Runner universe, Blade Runner narrative, and an outstanding CG anime is the soundtrack. Just like the original Blade Runner film from 1982, the background music in Black Lotus uses a synthesizer sound that's reminiscent of 1980s sci fi. The opening and closing theme songs add to the narrative with the lyrics that reiterate the overarching theme of the series, as well as the individual themes explored um, in all 13 episodes. On the whole, Blade Runner Black Lotus does the entire Blade Runner franchise um, by filling the gaps between the original film and the sequel film. But it also stands out as the best CG anime of 2021 for all the details it gets right in execution. All right, so there we go with that one. I believe. Well, let me see. Was that it for that? I believe so. Yeah, that was it for that. Okay, so we know that much. Now, of course, it's time to move on to the next story. And they shot us all the way down here. All right, so here's the next story we're going to cover. I'll be right back. I got to step away from the computer a bit here, but I'll be right back. The hour. And I guess I got to. Hey, Robert. Hail, Lord Zenu, and hail. Let's see. Yeah, well, I'm here, but it's like I was the only one here. Where it would seem like bestow the blessings upon this chat. Yeah, I'm here, my friend. I just stepped away from the computer. Yeah, so if you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more people in here. That would help greatly. Um, as I said, like and share the stream, see if some more people in here. That would help. So we're going to move on to this next article here. And of course, feel free to comment if you have anything you want to say about the articles as they come up or as I'm reading them. David Wald's role as Skate the Infinity's Atom fully deserved its Crunchyroll award. David Wald, of course, who's a voice actor out of Texas, works with both Funimation and Sentai. So the winners of the Crunchyroll Anime Awards are always hotly debated, but this one should not be. Every year since its conception, Crunchyroll's anime awards have been problematic to many anime fans. Some see the awards as nothing more than a popularity contest, while others dislike the way Crunchyroll handles the categories and nominees. If a series is in every category, it has the potential to sweep the results, like Yuri on Ice did in 2017. It can also feel unfair if the same show takes up multiple places in a category, like Draken and Mikey from Tokyo Revenger. So two characters, both being nominated for Best Boy. As with every anime awards, um, well, I would think that would go with award shows in general, though. When you have, because I've seen even at times the Oscars and Golden Globes, they've had multiple entries from one particular property in there as well. But the question for avid anime fans becomes whether the winners truly deserved their accolades. One result that may be contested is David Wald winning Best English Voice Actor for his performance as Skate the Infinity's antagonist Adam. Wald's performance first went viral during the dub's release for the line, quote, "Hey bitches and bros and non-binary hoes," unquote, which shouted out the LGBTQ plus community in a concise, in character manner. Many latched onto the line for its meme potential, so some may think that this line is the only reason Wald was victorious over the other nominees. In other words, what they're saying is that he got this award for pandering, basically, is what they're saying. Now, from what I've looked up a little bit here, just so another little piece of trivia on Mr. Wald. He is supposedly gay. He is a gay male. So take that into consideration with all this as well. However, this is not the case. Wald had a specific goal with his portrayal of Adam, which he made clear in his tweet celebrating his victory. Skate was a beloved series for LGBTQ plus anime fans before the dub was announced, and he took this fact into consideration for his portrayal of Adam. On top of this, he delivered a performance that many fans have said is perfect for the character. The dub had a big place to fill with Adam, as his original Japanese voice actor is Takahito Koyasu, the voice of Dio in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Somehow, to the fans' elation, Wald exceeded expectations. While a higher voice than Koyasu's, Wald is no less captivating and dynamic. His vocals change slightly depending on the type of scene Adam is in. And just to give you guys an idea, some of David Wald's works. Just he provided the English voice for Gargiel in Fairy Tale, Polly in One Piece. Um, let's see what else was he. He actually did the lead role of Gogo 13 in Gogo 13. He did the eponymous character there. Um, so with that, let's see. His vocals change slightly depending upon the type scene Adam is in. If he's at S, he takes on a light, playful tone because Adam is being himself in his Garden of Eden. When he's politician Shindo Ainosuke, he still has a light tone but speaks in a more formal manner. In the scenes where Adam gets angry or possessive, Wald's voice deepens and gains a slight growl. Hmm. See. Let's see now. It's also clear that, like the rest of his castmates, Wald had fun giving Adam his own personal touches. Adam's lines are latent with puns to create comedic moments as well as nods to Christianity to tie in to his obsession with the story of Adam and Eve. He also slips several innuendos into Adam's lines, such as, quote, we'll finally know who the real top is, unquote, and, quote, don't be scared, darlings. Daddy knows you can handle it, unquote, to expand his already prominent sexual preference. Okay. These flourishes also serve another purpose, however. An argument can be made that S is an allegory for an LGBTQ plus safe space, where such places don't exist. It's a secret held by the community and held illegally, where everyone scatters as soon as the police learn about it. Many attendants drop their daily persona and become who they can't be anywhere else. Like shadowy, like shadow, like shadow being more confident and raunchy than Higa Hiromi. In this way, S is like a guy club, like a gay club with a large drag scene. And Adam is the queen who established and maintains it. Let's see. Let's see. We got two people here now, so that's good. And if you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here, that would be appreciated. Yet Wald still manages to make Adam sound every bit as creepy as he's intended to be. This showman who uses S as his stage, is still the sadistic, unhinged man who will do anything for this twisted version of love, for his twisted version of love. Above all else, this is what makes David Wald's Adam so great. He manages to make an antagonist menacing while still appealing to the LGBTQ plus portion of the audience in a way that many admire. Wald's Adam adds small details to already existing character that make the performance unique, but still within the boundaries established in the original Japanese dub. Now, again, I just want to remind people as well, David Wald himself is an actual part of the LGBTQ plus community. He's a gay male. Um, so anything around this, you got to take that into consideration. There is no question that his work deserves to be recognized. So, anyways, now we're going to go to the next article here, unless anybody has anything you want to say about the last article I just read. Looks like we have a third person here. Hello. If you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more people in here. We appreciate it. If you guys have anything you'd like to add to the conversation, go ahead and chat it up in chat. I'll answer any questions that I can. Yeah. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the content thus far. I'll give you a few minutes here. Till the next. And we'll go on to the next article here. Let's see. Just wait until it hits 126, and then we'll go on to the next article here. All right, so moving on to the next article then here. And this one's in regard to a passing. Robot Carnival animator Manabu Ohashi passes away. Renowned animator Manabu Ohashi, who worked on classic anime such as Robot Carnival, Venus Wars, and Rojin Z, passes away at the age of 73. 73, wow. Article by Michael Lacerna, published 11 hours ago. Animator Manabu Ohashi has passed away at the age of 73. Ohashi's death was announced via the animator and director's personal Twitter account on February 15th. That was today. Ohashi created, quote unquote, Cloud, one of the shorts featured in the classic 1987 anime anthology Robot Carnival. The artist wrote, directed, and animated and designed the characters for the acclaimed short. Ohashi was known for his distinctive visual style and for being part of the group of animators that founded animation studio Madhouse in 1972. The announcement of Ohashi's so 72, that was like 50 years ago. So, wow, at age 23. That just goes to show you what somebody can do in their lifetime. When the announcement of Ohashi's passing was accompanied by a message which, when translated, reads, quote, "There were so many things I wanted to do and ideas, but I'm sorry that I haven't had enough years. Thank you for all your love during your lifetime." Unquote. So I guess that's who the guy is right there. That's Manabu Ohashi right there. So they say what he died from. I would imagine it's probably old age. Let's see. Ohashi, who was often credited under the name Mao Lando or Lambdo, got his start in 1964. 1964, wow. At Toei Doga, later renamed Toei Animation, when he was only 15 years old. So, yeah, so 8 years. Yeah, okay. He went on to have a storied career in the anime industry that spawned several decades, where he worked on numerous beloved TV series and movies, including the 1989 sci-fi cult classic Venus Wars and 1991 Rojin Z, which was written by Akira creator Katsuhiro Otomo. Ohashi also worked as an animator on many of the anime industry's biggest franchises, including the original anime adaptation of Naoko Takeuchi's Sailor Moon and the Doraemon and Golgo 13 movies. Many of Ohashi's works were among the first anime to be broadcast on network and cable TV within the United States and are now credited with helping to establish an interest for the medium in the early 1990s. See if you guys have anything you'd like to add or comment on here thus far. I guess not. All right, so let's see now. The animator was among the group of artists that left Mushi Production, the animation studio founded by anime and manga pioneer Osamu Tezuka, to establish the renowned studio Madhouse. In the decades since it was founded, Madhouse has worked on numerous critical and commercial hits, including the anime adaptations of Trigun, Death Note, and One Punch Man. The studio recently produced the critically acclaimed Sunny Boy, directed by Shingo Natsumi, in 2021, and also collaborated with Studio Mappa on production of the hit sci-fi series Talked Up Destiny. Now I know Hiro Hay actually did a video on Studio Mappa earlier today, apparently talking about the work conditions there not being that great when guys haven't been home, like the first time they've been home in like 3 days or 3 weeks or whatever. In his later years, he also worked as an art and animation lecturer. The final works of animation that Ohashi worked on himself were featured in the 2019 Japanese drama Natsu Zora, a TV series that explored the origins of Japan's animation industry. The show was inspired by the life of Reiko Okuyama, one of the country's first professional female animators. Wow, that was cool. Alrighty then. So that's all for let's see. Actually, let me check it. I think there might be one more anime story to go over. Call. Oh yeah, how Fruits Basket became a landmark shoujo anime series. Get into that. See if anybody's got any comment. We're past the hour and a half mark, so we will definitely get up to. At this rate, it looks like we'll get up to 2 hours. Again, if you guys have anything you'd like to add to the conversation or ask about in terms of the articles we're reading, what have you, feel free to comment. And of course, after this story, we'll have a couple of wrestling stories to go over as well, before we start to wrap things up. Excuse me a moment. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's get back to this now. All right, so how Fruits Basket became a landmark shoujo anime series. Fruits Basket is a shoujo staple not just because of its central love story, but also thanks to its diverse themes and storytelling elements. Article by Lewis Kemner, published 8 hours ago. Oh, there's Tora in the middle there. Kyo to our right, her left, and actually no, I think Kyo. No, never mind. I got confused here. Fruits Basket stands as one of the biggest titles in the world of shoujo anime, alongside other classics like Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura. All three series feature strong, compelling female leads. Serena is a strong, well, to an extent. Yes, she is a crybaby, though. But nonetheless, still a strong female lead, I guess. Okay, let's see. And while these titles stick closely to shoujo's core values, Fruits Basket knows how to diversify its portfolio um, to great effect. Heroine Honda Toru's story arc is based not only on love and relationships, but also an unsurprising variety of shonen and even seinen story elements, making Fruits Basket far more than the sum of its parts. The story has a bit of everything for everyone in one shoujo package. Um, which may help explain the series' success and good reputation. A lot is going on here. Okay. The shonen and seinen components that deepen Fruits Basket. Even if even if Fruits Basket is a shoujo anime series, especially its 2019 reboot anime, the story smartly weaves in some shonen and subtly seinen elements to diversify the story's tone, character arcs, and broader market appeal. On their town, on their own, some of these characters could easily end up in a shonen series more akin to Tokyo Revengers or even Jujutsu Kaisen. Mainly the male characters whom Toru meets as a shoujo series. Fruits Basket places the biggest emphasis on female characters such as Toru herself and Soma Isuzu. But the prominent male characters get full character arcs of their own, and they are more than just ideal hunks for girls to fawn over. They compare well to the likes of Usui Takumi from the Maid Sama series, for example, who is seemingly good at everything and thus experiences little growth. Yuki and Kyo are shonen style characters in a shoujo world, and not just because they're males, they are passionate but flawed young men with goals, rivals, friends, enemies, and much more. And they even engage in martial arts, a rarity for shoujo anime. Kyo's personal arc as the cursed cat, okay, may be Fruits Basket best, and in its own right, Kyo may remind viewers of shonen heroes like Naruto Uzumaki or even Inuyasha. Now, mind you, the story goes, is of course, as part of the story, Fruits Basket, the 12 The Soma family is made up of like 13 individuals, the 12 signs of zodiac, and then the cat who was supposedly tricked out of the great dinner. So that's part of the whole cursed cat thing. He is a hot-headed but kind boy who has a bad lot in life, and he must fight hard to overcome these challenges, make something of himself, and prove his worth to the world. Yuki has surprisingly similar character arc involving his imposter syndrome as the beloved rat of the zodiac until he finds the courage to stand up to Akito and eventually finds love with Maki. Either of them would make a fine shonen lead, and they integrate well into Fruits Basket while broadening the story's themes and giving readers, viewers, even more characters to root for and relate to. At times, Fruits Basket even caters to the seinen and josei crowds with its older characters like Shigure Soma, Hattori, and Ren. And the drama can become shockingly intense and sophisticated. This is no time for silly misunderstandings at high school or awkward first dates. The drama is worthy of any josei or seinen anime, giving Fruits Basket some much needed depth and weight. How Fruits Basket stays true to shoujo. We'll see. Okay, we got 3 people. All right. If you guys haven't already, if you can like and share the stream and see if we can get some more people in here, be appreciated. How Fruits Basket stays true to shoujo. Not only does Fruits Basket integrate elements of shonen and josei into its narrative, but it also modifies these elements so they match the series overall shoujo tones. At times, fans might wonder, is quote, is Fruits Basket really a shoujo title, unquote, after seeing scenes of Kyo and Yuki slugging it out or heavy drama among adults, which is certainly different than what they see in Maid Sama or Cardcaptor Sakura. Out of context, these may look like shonen or josei style anime scenes, but Fruits Basket smoothly integrated those elements by adding a chojo coat of paint to maintain the consistent tone and stay true to the core of the shoujo demographic. Fruits Basket is all about empowerment, romance, the healing power of friendship, faith in humanity, the virtues of altruism. All told from the viewpoint of Toru Honda, Yuki, and Kyo. Argue, wait, all from the viewpoint of Toru Honda. Yuki and Kyo argue and throw punches, but that's only how those boys express their frustration. It won't help them achieve their goals. Kyo won't even find happiness by beating up Akito or taking command of a youth delinquent gang, but instead by opening up and allowing Toru to heal his wounded heart. Kyo needs a loving friend who believes in him, not a battle partner. And Kyo's deep relationship with Toru is what gives him the strength to achieve his shonen style goals and make something of himself. In a way, Fruits Basket, quote unquote, tamed the wild side of shonen and proved that strength without compassion and love for others is meaningless and empty. The same is true of characters ranging from Momiji to Yuki and Hatsuharu. Yuki and Kyo are strong in the dojo, but after meeting Toru, they gain emotional strength and intelligence, and learn to accept themselves for who they are. Only then can they find what they are looking for and grow as people. And that's a classic shoujo character arc for anyone, male or female. That's why Fruits Basket is indeed a shoujo title. The heart is always stronger than the brawn. Oh, that's an interesting way of saying it. All right. So there we go. So we do have a couple more stories, but we won't need that site to kind of go through 'em. So I was watching a video from. I was watching one of WrestleMania's news videos earlier, and found out some a couple of interesting little things to kind of quick. So, and I know for the most part, I don't think anybody here is currently following wrestling. So the first story I'm going to talk about, the wrestling side of it's probably not as interesting. Just that Cody and Brandy Rhodes are leaving AEW. Apparently, Cody could not come to terms on his contract with AEW, having been with them for the last 4 years. Of course, he along with um, the Jackson brothers, Matt and Nick, and Kenny Omega, all helped Tony Khan to build the company up from the ground up. And now he's not able to come to terms, so it's talking now that Cody may be returning to the WWE. Only thing is whether or not he'll get a main event push there, as WWE, of course, has gone back to Vince McMahon's preference for bigger main event talent, for guys like Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, those guys. Um, so, um, so yeah, so that came out recently, and also there's another passing I got to talk about, of course. Um, for those of you who remember watching WCW in the 90s, throughout the 90s, referee Mickey J, who is I think the third senior referee after Nick Patrick and Randy Anderson, passed away. They believe from COVID. He'd been suffering from COVID. Now, mind you, I know a lot of people think, no, they didn't die from COVID. Well, he might have been a little more susceptible to it because Mickey J was back in 2009 forced to retire from wrestling because he had developed mantle cell lymphoma, which is a type of cancer. Now, since then, of course, he had made a complete recovery from it, but I'm sure his immune system would have been weakened to the point to where he would have been more susceptible to COVID than maybe most people. So, um, as such, he apparently Mickey J passed away at the age of former WCW and WWE referee Mickey J passed away at the age of um, 59 yesterday. So go ahead and do a quick um, moment of silence, and then we'll start to wrap things up here. All right, and that moment of silence could also be for Manabu, um, Nabu Osaru, Oharu, as well. So, well, with that, guys, we got through the main portion of the news. We got through all 10 stories tonight. I thank everybody for being here. Don't forget this Friday, of course, we'll be doing our historical comic retrospect where we will be starting our coverage of October 1938. That will be with me, of course. Um, in that, we'll be looking through comics that went on sale with DC. We'll be looking at a Slam Bradley story from Detective Comics, number 21, and maybe a couple stories from Action Comics, the Zatara story, as well as Tex Thompson. So, depending on how much time we got. So, with that, guys, I'm going to start to wrap up here. We're going to do this day in each history. Today being, let's see, 52, 62, 87, and 2007. Okay. So with that, guys, today being Tuesday, February the 15th, 2022, let's take a look back at this day in each history. And our first stop is going to go back 70 years. As on this date, 70 years ago today, the 115th issue of Police Comics from Quality Comics went on sale on this date in 1952. 70 years ago today, the 115th issue of Quality Comics with Ken Shannon here, private detective on the cover, went on sale on this date. It was 10 cents for 32 pages. So on this date, 70 years ago today, 115th issue of Police Comics went on sale on this date. All right, moving on to the next piece in each history. On this date, 60 years ago today, in 1962, the man considered the god of Japanese, the founder of Japanese wrestling, Riki Dozan, along with his tag partner Toyo Nobori, regained the All Japan, All Asia Tag Team Championships from Luther Lindsay and Ricky Waldo in Tokyo, Japan. So on this date, 60 years ago today, Riki Dozan and Toyo Nobori regained the All Japan, All Asia Tag Team Championships in Tokyo, Japan from Luther Lindsay and Ricky Waldo. This was over a year and a half before Ricky Dozan's unfortunate death from stab wounds. So, so with that, moving on to the next piece in each history. All right. So, anyways, moving on to the next piece of niche history here. On this date in 1997, the Disney animated series Gargoyles would complete its run. It originally started out as a syndicated show, but for its last season, of course, ABC picked it up. But which would come to an end on this date 25 years ago today. Let's say 25 years ago today, the last episode of Gargoyles would air on ABC Saturday morning. So, and finally, the last piece in each history happened 15 years ago today, as in 2007. Pair of animes, one of them being considered, I'm pretty sure, a classic, made their premiere on this date in 2007, 15 years ago today. Juzo Kiko Dankova Nova. So Dankoga Nova from Ohashi Productions and Naruto Shippuden from Piro both made their debuts on this date 15 years ago today. So 15 years ago today, Dankoga Nova and Naruto Shippuden made their debuts on this date in 2007, 15 years ago. If you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more people to watch it. That'd be appreciated. And with that, unless you guys have anything else you'd like to add to the conversation or ask about or whatever, that's it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content. Give you a few minutes to see if anybody wants to ask anything or say anything about what we talked about tonight or give their commentary. Let's see, we're at give it maybe a couple minutes here. See if anybody wants to chime in and say anything. All right, it would appear people just wanted to watch and hear the story, so did that. At least one other person. So is there anything you'd like to add to the conversation, other person? All right, well then I hope to see everybody back here tomorrow night. We'll cover some more niche history news, and as I said, don't forget this Friday, Batgoat will be with me as we start on our coverage of October of 1938 with looking over some of the stuff that DC did back at that point. So with that, I thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.